Hi guys, in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I am excited to be continuing with my reactions to Ben 10. Currently we are on Season 1, Episode 9, The Last Laugh, and Episode 10, Lucky Girl. Like I said, I'm really excited to continue with my reactions to Ben 10. I've been having a decent amount of fun, honestly, slightly less than I thought I was going to be having with this show, but at least the last two episodes were pretty enjoyable and pretty entertaining. But for these two, I'm honestly not really sure how much I'm gonna end up enjoying them because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what both of these episodes are gonna be about. The Last Laugh is I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the introduction of Zombozo. I think that's what his name was. And Lucky Girl is gonna be a Gwen-focused episode that potentially could be introducing Hex, I think his name was, that magician villain guy. I'm at least sure that it's going to be focusing on Gwen, so there's that. But I'm hoping that we'll have fun with it, because it is a pretty entertaining show. But the thing that I look forward to the most is definitely getting to Alien Force, really, not really most of the show, because while there are definitely things that I enjoy about the original Ben 10 series, first of all, as of now, we still haven't gotten to those points, I feel like. And two, I just enjoy Alien Force more. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not necessarily as enthusiastic about this show as maybe you guys would want me to, but I'm being, like, honest with my feelings. And I'm still enjoying it. I'm still having fun with this show, don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm not necessarily as excited about watching it as I kind of have been for some other shows that I'm checking out right now, you know? And talking about checking out other shows, I want to apologize for taking so long between recording and uploading new reactions to Ben 10, because I'm pretty sure I said in the first episode reaction that I was gonna try to post one reaction every week or so. Kind of doesn't really work out because of how packed my schedule is with videos, you know? So I've kind of tried to post at least one reaction per month, but even that has kind of turned out to be a little challenging. So again, I'm sorry about that, but due to the way I do things on the channel, right now other shows have taken priority in terms of recording reactions for them or editing reactions for them. Because I have already started them long before I started doing Ben 10. Like, for example, recently I finished my reactions to Generator Rex, and I'm currently in the middle of uploading them one by one. Whereas, in the meantime, since I also started the Ghost Whisperer series last year in the beginning of the summer, I'm currently in the middle of recording my reactions to it. So right now, this show is just kind of taking the backseat a little bit, and it's just kind of like an additional thing that I'm releasing. But there's gonna be a time where it's gonna get the focus as well. Although, again, it's probably gonna end up being once we get to like Alien Force or something like that, because Ben 10, the original series, is surprisingly short. I thought it was longer, genuinely. But I guess that's because all the shows that I've been checking out on the channel so far have kind of tainted my expectation about how many episodes a season of a cartoon has. I definitely did not expect that the show was going to have only like 10 to 13 episodes per season. I thought it was going to be 20 or something, so there's that. But I've gotten a little bit sidetracked. I think we should just get into the reaction at this point. Though I also need to remind you that I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out with my transition by donating to my Patreon or Ko-fi account. Because for those of you who didn't know, I am trans. And by doing so, you can also get access to the full-length version of this reaction and all of the reactions that I do on the channel, which includes cartoons, short live-action TV series, long live-action TV series, and movie full-length reactions. Alternatively, you can also just simply like the video and watch this version of the video, but it's always appreciated if you do make the extra step of supporting me. Anyway, enough chit-chat about things you don't care about. Let's just get into the reaction to episode 9, Last Laugh, in 3, 2, 1. Ripjaws? Yep. That's terrifying. Man, the Ben 10 team just never gets old. That I love that. It's so good. That's the kind of shit that sticks with you when you're a child, when you're watching, be it a movie, cartoon, TV series. You don't notice it, but it sticks with you, you know? Soundtrack is very important. Uh-oh. Why the shocked face? Little by little, I am learning the lyrics for this theme song. I love it though, it's such an iconic theme song. It's definitely the best one we got out of the Ben 10 franchise. Yeah, Ben, your aliens have weaknesses. Did you just figure that out?
I don't care what anybody says. You circus freaks are okay by me.
Circus freak? I'm not a circus freak. I'm a superhero.
Zombozo's traveling circus of laughs? Cool.
Yep, I was right.
I haven't been to a circus since I was a boy.
Oh yeah! I forgot that he had friends.
When this beauty lets down her hair, no telling what could happen.
I don't remember what was the explanation about their abilities though.
And last but not least, the freak whose unique skill is as vile as his attitude, acid breath.
And as terrifying as his ugly face.
Gross! Ever since we decided to go to the circus, you've been acting even weirder than normal. What are you scared of?
I'm not scared
Clowns?
of anything.
I really don't understand what's funny about clowns. I never got it. They either just come off as weird or creepy nowadays. I don't understand how anybody ever saw clowns as funny, honestly. Like, what's funny? This is not even funny, this is magic tricks.
You're gonna die laughing. That's a Zombozo guarantee.
I wonder if his name Zomb
I stopped trying to figure it out a
Ozo
long time ago.
has something to do with what their backstory is, like how they got their abilities. Like, are they zombies? I don't remember. I don't know if it's ever explained, really.
There is nothing funny about clowns.
I agree, Ben. I agree. Not because I'm afraid like you, but because they just are not funny.
Whoa!
They're not a compelling thing to me. At best, they're creepy. That's like the only thing that I get from them. But funny? Definitely not. That's what happens when you don't wash your teeth.
It's payday! Time to play fetch.
Why does that voice sound so familiar? Please tell me, guys, does the voice actress for whoever plays that lady, does she play a character in Avatar Legend of Korra? Because it sounded so much like Lin Beifong. But I doubt that it is the same actress.
Don't just stand like a sore thumb. Boss.
He's gonna be a sore thumb once Ben finishes him. How can they not realize that they're being like, their energy is being stolen or whatever? Are they affected by something like laughing gas?
How many times have I told you not to bother me while I'm eating? We ran into...
So he's like an energy vampire. Guess he should have been called Vampbozo, not Zombozo.
I hear you're full of tricks, little doggy. Let's see if you know how to play dead.
So they had to ask their boss to kick Ben's ass, huh? You guys are
This isn't
pathetic.
Mad Dog. It's a scaredy cat. Bring the curtain down on this little sideshow.
Oh my god, how the hell does he survive that? That's bullshit. That literally fell on top of him. That is just
Grandpa?
creepy.
Grandpa!
Did you smoke weed or some shit?
Oh, where'd you go?
Where'd I go? Where'd the circus go?
Oh, I'm not so sure.
They're like zombies. That's just kind of creepy, dude.
It was so funny.
Where's Gwen?
Wait a minute. Where's Gwen?
Did they kidnap her?
Did you pack me a snack for the road?
They did! Okay, that laugh is starting to get on my nerves. It's creepy and I hate it. Also, I just want to ask, what's with these fucking kind of like cliffside roads that appear in all cartoons? Like I've seen it in Ben 10, in Young Justice, in Generator Rex. Like, are cliffside roads that common in the USA?
What's bothering you?
Promise not to laugh. I'm afraid of clowns. They just creep me out. Oh, I'm such a loser.
Everybody's got their own crazy fear, Ben. Oh, and I was
Mine is Samara from The Ring.
Well, enough was enough. Oh,
Uh-oh.
you.
Always get sleep before driving. Frankly, being tired in some cases might actually be worse than being tipsy. Damn, good job, Ben. I guess you're a hero even when you're not
Grandpa,
using the
are you
watch.
okay? Grandpa, what happened inside the big top after I left?
Oh. Did he suck out their souls or some shit?
What's that noise?
Upgrade?
I don't know what you are, but I'm gonna tear you apart.
You want to play hardball? Game on!
Ooh.
That all you got? Just warming up, lady.
Ooh. Oh, that was a good one. Go and wash your teeth, acid breath. Hell yeah. I would have preferred for him to eat shit, but eating a baseball is also pretty good.
He's just a guy with a red rubber nose and big shoes. Nothing a break can't handle. What side are you on anyway?
Well, Ben, we have to make it a little bit more compelling, so we have to challenge you in some way.
Great.
That's
Now you're
the whole
afraid
reason
of
for
me.
the watch turning off whenever it wants to. Go back to your sewer, douchebag. Spectacular, spectacular Spider-Man. I will be watching that cartoon at some point.
It's what keeps me going.
He's playing with you, Ben. Okay, that's creepy.
Now don't tell me you're afraid of old
What
Zombozo.
the hell? You know, this episode went in a kind of a different direction from what I remember.
Only would every clown wear this
I don't remember it being like this creepy.
people laugh.
Want my cousin back?
Cousin? Oh, didn't you hear? She ran away with the circus!
Jesus, poor Gwen. Oh, Ghost Freak. Interesting choice, Ben. Interesting choice. Oh! I remember!
There's something I'm even more afraid of than you. Losing my family to some goofball local vampire. In other words,
I love that he's calling him out on the fact that he's not afraid of him anymore. I do wish that stuck though, and it wasn't kind of gone back on literally the next time he appears. Whoa. These are some cool visuals, gotta say.
I'm warning you to back off.
you want to see something really scary?
Jesus.
Please, no more.
What the?
That kind of even freaked me out.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he blew himself up though.
Pretty clever, you scaring away your fear like that.
Thanks. Oh, hi, Gwen. Trying out some new makeup? That's a good look for you.
Aw, you're no fun anymore.
And you're a bully. Okay. Honestly, I'm a little mixed on this episode, but I'll explain why. It's not in the way you would think, because I enjoyed this episode honestly more than I thought I was going to. Because, like I said in the beginning, I've seen this episode and I remember it quite a lot of, really. I remember the vibe, I kind of remember the general story. So, as I was watching this episode, I was kind of worried that I wasn't really gonna enjoy it because I was very much aware of where the story was gonna go. So there wasn't necessarily anything new that would come from this episode that I could get entertained by. And I still kind of think that that's true for this episode, that kind of holds it back for me. And if I saw this episode for the first time now, I would have enjoyed it more. But even then, I kind of still like this episode. Like, I like the horror vibe that it has, and it kind of sticks with it. Like, it doesn't undercut it with, like, an unintended comedy or some other bullshit like that. It's a horror-themed episode, and it sticks with it. And I love that about it. There was also the really cool visuals that we had throughout this episode. That was also pretty entertaining. Like, some really cool colors, some really cool visuals in general. Like, this show already looks pretty good, but I feel like after having seen several series with some really crazy and interesting visuals, especially TMNT 2012, I'm kind of like, how to put it, not necessarily like burnt out, but it takes a little bit more to impress me. And this one, I think, did the job. I feel like there was some more like creative visuals than your average Ben 10 episode so far, so there's that, you know. I feel like if I didn't remember as much of this episode as I did, I probably would have enjoyed it as much as that one episode from last time, The Alliance. Because right now, it kind of feels like it's more along the lines of the Kevin 11 episode, where I enjoy it. There's maybe slightly new, several new things about this episode that I have managed to enjoy about it and that have entertained me. But because I've seen it before, it just kind of doesn't really hit as hard as it should. But still, I kind of like I feel like this was just like a really competently made episode in a way that I feel like you don't really get that kind of stuff nowadays. Like, it's straightforward in what it wanted to do with the characters, and it sticks with the development that it went through for the characters, you know? Like, I feel like if this was made like more like nowadays in like 2023 or whatever, I feel like so much of the tone of this episode or the ideas with Ben's fear would be undercut by dumb and unnecessary jokes. And I like that didn't happen in this episode, you know? I like that it just took its tone and ran with it, and it didn't kind of try to shove in unnecessary stuff that didn't fit with it, and I really enjoyed that about it. Plus, it surprisingly went past very quickly. It feels like I just sat down to watch this, and yet it's already over. Like, I don't know how that worked out, but I definitely enjoyed this episode. It was kind of more compelling than I thought it was going to be. I'm still not like super crazy about this episode or whatever. I'm kind of expecting to like the next episode more because I don't have as much of an idea of exactly what the story of it is going to be. Because I definitely distinctly remember the episode where Ben meets Zombozo for the first time. And I remember the concept of it with Ben being afraid of him. I remember that. But for the next episode, the only thing that I know that is that it's gonna focus on Gwen, and potentially it's gonna be introducing Hex and the magical girl, teen girl. I don't remember her name. At least I don't remember her name in English. She was called like the Charmed One or something. That's what her name translates to in my language, in my native language. And I honestly like them as villains. I don't remember whether they actually get shown after the original series. It would be cool if they do, but I guess we're gonna have to watch more then to find out. But getting back to this episode, I think it's fine. In terms of rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.4 out of 10. I think it works. It does exactly what I wanted to do, and it does it well. And the only thing that kind of drags it down for me a little bit is the fact that I have seen it before and I remember it relatively distinctly. So there's not necessarily much new information to kind of satisfy me. Or satiate me is the better word to use here. But yeah, we still have one more episode to check out, that being Lucky Girl. So without further ado, let's get into episode 10 of season 1, Lucky Girl, in 3, 2, 1.
The Arcomeda Book of Spells. It contains ancient witchcraft and rituals from the late 1600s. Maybe you should work here.
Didn't know that you were into Wicca stuff, Gwen.
She's probably older than that spell book.
I love when they're nice to each other.
The Arcomeda Book of Spells. All of its power shall soon be mine.
I like his voice. His voice in my native language is honestly not as cool as this. Ah, the old rush hour way of saving people from falling. I love that.
Be careful. You don't know what tricks he's got up his sleeve.
He's really cool, I like him. He also has a cool costume. He's honestly a really fun villain. Souvenir!
I need to do and keeping it low key.
Yeah, low key.
Who's your hero?
I guess he's becoming officially a superhero now.
All I'm saying is that you didn't.
Seeing that he's
exactly
not
sell
hiding
out
from the
all
public
by yourself
anymore.
today. I helped save your sorry butt, but does anybody notice me?
Hey, being a hero is not about getting attention.
Who's your hero? Hello?
I
Yeah.
know, Gwen.
You're right, Gwen.
That doesn't count.
Hey, no offense, but you threw a trash can at the guy. That doesn't exactly make you a hero. Unlike me.
Okay, don't be up your ass,
The only
Ben.
reason you're a big hero
If
is
they
because
didn't
that-
distract him, you wouldn't have the
If I
chance to
didn't
hit
save
him.
you, I'd be getting all the attention and all the cool souvenirs.
Alright, here, take it.
Really?
Aw,
Yeah, I got tons of other stuff.
that's nice, Ben.
Gwen.
You know this doesn't change the fact that you're just plain lucky. But thanks.
Aw.
You're welcome.
I love when they don't fight and they're nice to each other.
My destiny shall be fulfilled.
I love how deep his voice is. He's a badass.
Soon my power will know no limits. One charm is missing. Of course, the battle with that speed creature.
By the way, thanks again for the charm. I feel like I should get you something in return.
Help! They stole my purse!
That's far enough.
When did we become police officers?
You Pops. Let me take care of it.
You know, the thing is, when it comes to like having powers of luck like this, I don't know, there's something about them which, yeah, it's cool seeing all the mayhem and how that leads to the defeat of the enemy of the lucky person, but at the same time it kind of removes their,
This little girl is a hero, officer.
like, their ability to actually do
Just
stuff.
lucky, I guess.
Because, like, she didn't defeat them. Her luck did. She didn't do jack shit.
Nothing but the bottom of the net again.
I love that she also is getting powers of her own.
Give me the ball.
Not till you tell me how you did that.
What can I say? I'm charmed. It's like every time it glows,
I
everything
am the
just goes my way.
sun
Nothing
and
like a
the
good night's
hair.
sleep. Who wants breakfast?
Man, I can't wait to at some point like cover the Charm TV series on the channel in terms of reactions.
Time to watch a real.
I wanted to do it like years ago when I first started the channel, but due to copyright, I just wasn't able to. Nice outfit.
Gwen?
It's Lucky Girl, Grandpa.
Okay, this might be the thumbnail. Okay, now she's actually doing some stuff. Now she's actually contributing to her luck. Whoops. No, you can't fly, Ben. I guess she makes Ben unlucky.
How did you pull off this amazing rescue?
With style, of course.
And luck.
Who's your hero?
You heard it here first.
In your
I-
face, Ben. See what it's like?
I cross-referenced the Arcomeda Book of Spells with Dark Magical Charms, and look, it's part of a set called the Charms of Bazel. This charm is luck.
They look
There are
like
also charms
Bakugans.
of Fire, levitation, reincarnation.
What are you gonna do? Dun dun. The odds are stacked against
That's why I
you.
wanted the Book of Spells. But it says all
Funny how
the charms
topical
of Bazel
the
must
lyrics
be
of the
used
theme
when
song
spells
are as
get
well.
full power.
Can't wait to watch Bakugan too, man. There's so many shows that I want to cover and I can't wait.
We need to turn that.
Newsflash, I'm the only one with powers.
Well, you can make that 1 a 2 now.
Yeah, and also it's not you who has powers, Ben, it's the watch.
It's not you either, it's that watch.
You're
Exactly.
just jealous of me.
I'm not.
R2 times 10.
And you're too selfish, Ben. You don't want to share your fucking heroism with others.
History Mansion has come alive, trapping dozens of visitors inside.
Grandpa!
On it.
So now we have 2 superheroes. Can't wait until we have 3. Then we have an all-alien force.
I'll handle this.
Oh, that's a badass entrance, man.
Lucky girl.
That was pretty sick. We're definitely starting to get into like the cool episodes of the original Ben 10 series. It took a couple of episodes for me to get into it, but
Stay calm.
it's pretty cool.
Lucky girls in the haunted house.
We're getting to these cool stuff. Activate!
I got it.
And I love Forearm's gloves on his arms. That's so cool. I love when she activates her luck powers.
Everybody grab hold.
Don't worry, her luck is gonna save you all. It's annoying that the luck affects Ben negatively though. I don't get that.
me my charm.
How about now?
You should have said please.
Man, I like seeing her be a hero. It's pretty cool. You know, it's really kind of wild to me how realizing that I'm trans through the years has actually changed my perspective about which characters I identify with in shows. Because obviously when I was a kid, when I thought I was just an average boy, I identified with Ben. But now I just identify and enjoy Gwen more. It's really interesting. Jesus! That's kind of dark for this show. Even he's surprised by the luck of that charm. Shouldn't he have also had the luck before he lost that charm? It never was played out as if he had luck. And the color palette in this episode is really nice. This is a really cool episode visually, man. I really like it.
No!
Time to turn this city into an old memory.
Man, people must be really confused about all these supernatural and alien stuff happening all of a sudden in the summer of 2010 or 2008 or whichever year this is supposed to be set in. Because like, the world is really quickly becoming like very filled with supernatural stuff.
You dare challenge me?
That voice is so cool, dude.
Fought him.
Man, these things remind me of what I've heard is a really cool TV show, but I forgot the word and the name for it. Gargoyles? These gargoyles remind me of that series, which I definitely want to cover on the channel at some point. Because I've heard it's really good.
Luck only takes you so far, Grandpa.
Yep, you still have to be capable on your own. Oh shit! Good job! Man, this might be the best episode so far of this show. Ooh, I love that smile. Well, you lost the sword now. Man, the fact that they got away with crushing its head like that just because it's a statue is kind of stupid, but I like it.
I could fly, shoot out bolts of electricity, bring trees alive.
Don't blink! It's a weeping angel!
Or I guess I could just be.
Don't blink! Honestly, it bothers me that she did that. She should have kept the powers. She earned them.
You two make a pretty impressive team.
Maybe.
Yup.
Now that
And
my
eventually you're
powers
gonna make a pretty good trio.
You did the right thing, destroying those charms.
I guess.
Gwen, you did a good job. There, happy?
Totally.
Good, because I'm never saying it again.
You don't have to.
Gwen, you did a good job. Gwen,
Hmm.
you did a good job. Oh, man.
What? It's not so bad.
You did a good job. Gwen.
You might need that reassurance at some point in the future. Okay. Honestly, for all the worries that I had getting into these two episodes in the beginning of the video, they're completely gone at this point, you know? Because like I said, I remember these two episodes very distinctly, especially like even for this one, once I realized exactly which episode it is, I remember that I remembered it very distinctly. I remember pretty much everything that happened in this episode. And I was worried, especially even after seeing the first episode of these two, that because I remember so much of them, they wouldn't be that entertaining. But I'm glad that I was wrong in that regard. And I very much was, because last episode I was overall pretty entertained by the episode, and for this one I definitely was really entertained by it. Like, I still think that if I had never seen these episodes before, I would have enjoyed them more. Like, I think this episode would have hit harder, for example. But even having seen them before, there were enough new things that I actually wasn't aware of before, or that were just different in the version that I had seen, that still managed to entertain me in this watch through, you know, in this reaction. So there's that. Like, for example, the voice of the wizard guy, Hex, I think is his name. I don't think it was mentioned in this episode, but I'm pretty sure that's his name. The voice in English was so much better than the one in my native language, because in my native language it wasn't bad, but it was generic as hell. And I guess you could call this one generic as well, but to me it just had a little bit more gravitas compared to the voice that I'm used to. Like, the fact that it surprised me how entertaining he was, I think speaks for how much better his voice is in English than in my native language. Because, again, I still like the villain in my native language as well, but here he was just much more entertaining. Like, I was actually engaged by him, and I found him really compelling. And similarly to last episode, this episode was also crazily interesting when it comes to its visuals. Like, there were so many different colors in different shots, and I really enjoyed how varied in colors this episode was. It was really fun to watch. The only thing that I kind of have to say for these two episodes ultimately is that I feel like, because I'm aware of them so much, I feel like they kind of underwhelm me a little, because it feels like they could have filled these two episodes with more content than we actually got. Because I'm aware of later episodes in which they appear, it kind of feels a little incomplete. And that's very much true for this episode, as it is true for the last one, you know? But still, I really liked it. I really liked seeing Gwen get a little bit more spotlight and focus on her character and deal with the fact that she's like the sidekick basically right now to Ben's main superhero stuff. And the fact that she kind of maybe feels a little bit like, maybe not necessarily useless, but kind of like powerless. Like, obviously she's still a kid and she wouldn't fucking like not want to be a superhero if given the chance. So I think this was a nice little focus on her. And like I said during the reaction, it's kind of interesting how entertaining I actually find that compared to when I was a kid, because like I said, when I was a kid, I was obviously like identifying as a boy. I thought I was an average boy. So I identified with Ben and I enjoyed seeing Ben be the superhero. But now that I'm an adult and that I've realized that I'm trans and I want to transition to being female, I identify, I guess, with female characters more, and I find more entertainment of seeing the female characters like do some cool stuff. Like, for example, I really enjoyed April in the TMNT 2012 version a lot, because I guess kind of I identified with her. So it was really cool for me to see her be such a powerful character in that show, you know? And here as well, I'm really enjoying Gwen. And I'm curious to see how much I'm going to end up enjoying her throughout the series as well. Because, again, I've never really focused on her that much. It was mainly Ben and later some other characters that I focus on, but never Gwen. And I'm glad that I'm looking at her from this perspective in this reaction, because I feel like I might be offering something new to people who are interested in Ben 10 reactions, like a focus on Gwen. But yeah, in terms of a rating, last episode I gave it an 8.4 out of 10. So for this one, honestly, it's not that much better. So I think I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I think both of these episodes, like I said, are visually very interesting. dealing with the introduction of two iconic original Ben 10 villains, which I really enjoy, which appear multiple times from what I remember. So I think both of these episodes are really cool, and I can't wait to see more episodes that introduce the OG villains, I guess, you know. But yeah, I'm still hoping that we're gonna get into some more episodes which I don't remember though, or that I remember very little of, because I really don't want to get several episodes in one after the other which feel like this to me, which feel like I remember pretty much everything about them, so they kind of feel bland a little bit and uninteresting, because there is that aspect to these two episodes. Because I remember so much of them, there is very little that I can enjoy, be surprised by. But I'm glad that I still managed to enjoy them quite a lot. And debatably more than some of the episodes which I didn't remember as much, like the fish one. Funnily enough, though, now that I think about it, that episode was actually pretty entertaining because I didn't remember so much of it. So, yeah, once we get into episodes which I don't remember as much, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. But I also had a lot of fun with these two episodes, and I am curious to know whether you guys did as well. So, comment those down below, and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 4 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corvidet, and Drew. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, you have continued to support me in such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!